Tonight's program is rated R. Parental discretion is advised.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the
Everybody
procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
Wait.
Everybody just calm down!
In this case, identifying with Kobe Bryant and Shaquille, I think that this fantasy is of being at the center of attention, the king of the world, somebody who has great capabilities.
It's like a fantasy on a fantasy, and they're all weird. Okay, so let me look at my flow chart. It's a role play where Sean Combs is Michael Jordan.
I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
It's a role play where Sean Combs is Michael Jordan.
What? Excuse me?
Okay. The paid escort, male escort, has a Shaq attack. He's Shaquille O'Neal. And Jane is Kobe. And Jane is Kobe. And Jane is Kobe.
And Jane is Kobe.
Whoa.
No, I'm telling you, pause. Pause.
Yo. Whoa.
Pause.
Whoa. Go.
Pause.
Whoa.
Pause.
Yo, come on.
Pause. Pause.
Everything was going smooth.
Hold up.
What is this? Yo, go.
So it's a fantasy on top of a fantasy. What is there a name for that?
You are gay.
Wow.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the GOAT James Kingdom channel for a special GJK Sports Reports as we are going live off the GOAT James Kingdom channel. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't be afraid to become a member of the channel as we do special GJK Sports Reports here and there to talk about hot topics and updating breaking news within the NBA. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is necessary in GOAT James Kingdom to talk about. We don't like gossip. We don't like to talk about nonsense, but this is very, very important because, again, we attack the GOAT debate head on. This program, ladies and gentlemen, is for adults only. You must be 18 years or older to watch this as we will be discussing adult content and adult theme situations. So with that being said, let's get right to it. Like I said, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't be afraid to become a member of the GOAT James Kingdom channel. We are doing a GJK sports report about how P. Diddy Trial has transcripts with Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and Shaquille O'Neal names are involved in the actual transcripts and what they're talking about with the freak-offs and the Diddy parties. P. Diddy used to throw all-star weekend freak-off parties. And this gets very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. You heard what Nancy Grace had to say. This is juicy as they get. But we all know guys like Cricket TV, Carcino for Life, and all these other Zesty Jeffreys have been paying attention to the Puff Daddy trials, the Deshaun Combs trials, because they are expecting LeBron James's name to be mentioned or someone associated close to LeBron James to be mentioned. Instead, the names that are mentioned are their beloved Kobe Bryant, rest in peace, and Michael Jordan, including Shaquille O'Neal, in the most weirdest fetish I've ever heard in my life. Ladies and gentlemen, there are thousands of fetishes in the world for adults to get into. What we're about to discuss is one of the weirdest fetishes I've ever heard a day in my life. But it is headline news, and none of the Zesty Jeffreys want to discuss this. This is why I find it weird. None of the Zesty Jeffreys actually want to bring this to light. They have been sitting around here talking so much about LeBron James, but they refuse to bring up the fact that P. Diddy used to role play as Michael Jordan while making his girl role play as Kobe Bryant while they hire a male escort to play the role of Shaquille O'Neal. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot make this shit up. You just cannot make this shit up. The Jane Doe in this situation is supposedly 50 Cent's mother of his child. And this is from Yahoo Entertainment. This was out on the 12th. I haven't heard nothing from Cricket TV. It's been nothing but crickets over there from those guys. I haven't heard nothing from none of these guys about this. Jane Doe claimed she and Diddy role played as Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan during freak-offs. Well, let's get into this. Sean Diddy Combs allegedly role played as NBA superstars during his freak-offs. His ex-girlfriend, identified as Jane Doe, testified on Tuesday, June 10th, as part of Diddy's obviously trial. Right? Then here we go. It goes on to say Doe claimed that Diddy would role play as Michael Jordan during some of the alleged freak-offs. And he would make Jane Doe play as Kobe Bryant while getting a male escort to play Shaquille O'Neal. Ladies and gentlemen, this is hilarious. This is hilarious. This is what Zesty Jeffrey's be doing.
Morning to you. Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
Completely. This is the craziest thing I've ever heard a day in my life, bro. This is crazy. No, this is what y'all be wanting to talk. All I hear is Lil Diddy this. No party like a Lil Diddy party. All of this stuff that y'all talk. Now y'all don't want to talk about Puff Daddy. Now y'all don't want to talk about Diddy. Let's continue this conversation or this article. Let's continue. It goes to say here, it says the Doe, who has been testifying the last week, added that she was often asked to buy matching shorts for Diddy and the escort who they hired for these particular situations with her. Additionally, she said that she would have to go purchase pills at a gas station just to get the men ready to do all of this stuff. So this man Diddy was literally running around here acting like Michael Jordan, being the most zestiest Jeffries we've ever heard. And on top of that, he is also fantasizing Kobe Bryant being involved with him as Michael Jordan. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't get more zestier than that. That is as zesty as it gets.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
It don't make no sense. They wanted to talk about the Diddy trials. They wanted to make sure we all remember LeBron James and Diddy having a conversation on FaceTime or on Instagram Live. But they don't want to talk about this. They don't want to mention this. This is top news. They should be talking about this. This is big time stuff. It goes further. It's not even, listen, I have more. It goes even further. It goes here. It says here, inside Diddy's bizarre bisexual NBA role play, where he would act as the starring role as Michael Jordan, while he would make his girl play Kobe Bryant, and they would hire somebody to play Shaquille O'Neal. It says here, this is graphic stuff we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. This is for adults only. This is not for children. This is 18 years or older.
Tonight's program is rated R. Parental discretion is advised.
So yeah, I'm not gonna stop. This is your people's. This is Zesty Jeffries at his finest. If this was LeBron James's name mentioned in these transcripts, and he was role playing as LeBron James, and he was making his girl be Stephon Curry, would you be sitting here saying, stop, let's not discuss this? No, this is obvious, showing you how zesty y'all is. He believes Michael Jordan's greatness applies to who he is and his lifestyle. And he applied that, just like y'all always say, everybody wants to be Mike, right? That's what make Mike the GOAT. Everybody think Mike's the GOAT because he's the greatest. They love him the most. He's the most adored, most loved. Well, P. Diddy loved him so much, he played himself. He played himself as Michael Jordan. And now you're upset. Now you're upset. Let's continue to read on this. Let's continue to read on this. It says here, Diddy's wildest sexual fantasies involved a twisted NBA roleplay, casting himself as Michael Jordan. That's not the bad part. The worst part about this for me, right, was that he took his girl or the woman involved and made her play the role of a Kobe Bryant. I mean, I don't even want to imagine all of this while hiring an outside male entertainer to indulge with them, and he plays the role of Shaquille O'Neal. This is what the ex testified on day 2 of the 5th week of the disgraced rap mogul's trial. Jane, who testified under pseudonym, said that the mogul had an obsession with these type of freak off and these type of all-star role playing, NBA player role playing, which made her question his actual preference as a male, whether he was truly a straight individual male. She described these freak offs as she attended, and she said that she attended while they were together, because supposedly this is Puff Daddy's girlfriend doing this, as filled with extravagant role play where participants gave each other nicknames inspired by legendary basketball stars. So Puff Daddy was running around here claiming that he's Michael Jordan with all the accoutrements that go with all of that. And again, look, all the Zesty Jeffreys pop up for this program. They want to be disruptive. It's very easy to block you guys as I'm doing this. Again, this is a special GJK Sports Report right here on the GOAT James Kingdom channel. Michael Jordan's name, yes, are in the transcripts for this particular situation, ladies and gentlemen. Stop hiding from this. This is real news. This is not fake. These are what's talked about in an actual court trial, a criminal court trial, a federal investigative court trial. This is not no made up stuff. This ain't gossip. This is reality. This is what was going on. Puff Daddy and the 90s were all a bunch of weirdos, including Michael Jordan and the rest of you Zesty Jeffreys. And here it is. We have Puff Daddy running around here being the zestiest of the all Zesty Jeffreys. You are definitely jealous of him right now. You are envious of him as a Zesty Jeffrey. If you had the ability to do this, you would do this. This is what you Zesty Jeffreys would do. You throw this type of stuff on us all the time. I hear all the time about how we supposed to be in bed with LeBron. We sleep, we make our girls wear LeBron James jerseys to bed, blah, 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 blah. But here it is, the zestiest of the zestiest Jeffreys, Sean Diddy Combs, is out here doing the ultimate things that y'all say we do. You don't never see no LeBron fans. Nothing is ever mentioned. LeBron is a decent human being. The man goes home to his family and his wife every night, and y'all hate that. Y'all hate that because y'all lives ain't perfect. I keep telling y'all degenerate gamblers, y'all bad fathers, y'all don't pay y'all taxes, y'all criminals. I mean, we've heard all of the stuff from you Zesty Jeffreys here at GOAT James Kingdom. We've heard it. And now you want to act like this isn't real information. Now, all of a sudden, you ain't going to Ticket TV. He's not talking about this. You're not going to nobody else. Carcino's not talking about this. Instead, you got to come to GOAT James Kingdom and hear about this, because if not, y'all going to keep running and lying about Michael Jordan. Y'all are the ones who are the true obsessions and fanatics. Not only that, y'all have more of a fandom for LeBron James than y'all do for Jordan. Y'all just mad because this works for LeBron James fans. Now we done got something for y'all. This is the zestiest of the zesties. Again, ladies and gentlemen, since you didn't hear it from Ticket TV, since you didn't hear it from Carcino for Life, and you don't want to hear it from GOAT James Kingdom, let's hear it from Nancy Grace.
In this case, identifying with Kobe Bryant and Shaquille, I think that this fantasy is of being at the center of attention, the king of the world, somebody who has great capabilities.
It's like a fantasy on a fantasy, and they're all weird. Okay, so let me look at my flow chart. It's a role play where Sean Combs is Michael Jordan.
I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
It's a role play where Sean Combs is Michael Jordan.
What? Excuse me?
Okay. The paid escort, male escort, has a Shaq attack. He's Shaq, Shaquille O'Neal, and Jane is Kobe. And Jane is Kobe. And Jane is Kobe.
And Jane is Kobe.
Whoa.
No, I'm telling you, pause. Pause.
Yo. Whoa.
Pause.
Whoa. Go.
Pause.
Whoa. What?
Pause.
Yo, come on.
Pause.
Dog.
Pause.
Everything was going
Hold
smooth.
up. Hold up.
What
Listen.
is this? Yo. Dog.
So it's a fantasy on top of a fantasy. What is there a name for that?
You are gay.
Wow.
Stop lying, King Henry. We got footages and pictures of Kobe Bryant at Diddy's 50th birthday party. If you didn't think a freak off didn't happen that night, you must be out of your mind. And they mentioned in the trials that she used to invite them on purpose to the parties because she said that she felt that he was too embarrassed or ashamed to try to admit to his ideal of being on the other side, being a little bit bisexual. So she said that he would invite these guys to the party and they would show up, and that would be a helpful way to get him going and ready to go when it was time for the freak offs to happen. So Kobe just helped Diddy's 50th birthday party by showing up there. So by the end of the night, Diddy's girlfriend was wearing a Kobe jersey. We got footage of them and Kobe dancing, partying, enjoying life. You guys can't accept it, but this is real information. I can't believe y'all didn't really think I was not going to come across this and Go James Kingdom. Did y'all really think y'all was going to let this slide? Remember, she said this since Tuesday. The transcripts came out on the 12th. I was instantly on it. I couldn't believe it. When I first heard it, I didn't have the idea of the girl being involved. I thought, okay, well, he was playing Mike and they would get two other guys and they were Kobe and they were Shaq and she would just be a part of the whole, shebang bang. You know what I'm saying? And again, ladies and gentlemen, this is an adult conversation, an adult show. This is not for children at all. This is rated R at its finest. This is the GJK Sports Reports, a special episode. We're talking about Diddy and his trials. So we obviously talking adult-themed situations and conversations. But instead of having that wasn't the situation. This man Diddy did the ultimate Zesty Jeffrey. He said, no, you're going to be Kobe, young lady. You're going to play Kobe. I'm going to be Mike. And we're going to go get a Shaquille O'Neal involved because I want to see all of this. And why do you think that he wants to do this? Why is Diddy using this role play scenario? Obviously, because he thinks Michael Jordan's the greatest of the greatest, the top of the top. He does whatever he wants to do. Nobody can question Michael Jordan. There's no flaws in Michael Jordan. So I'm going to play Michael Jordan. And who's Michael Jordan's bitch? Kobe Bryant. Yo, this is crazy. And then on top of that, who you want to see Kobe get abused by if you're this sadistic individual that we all see Puff Daddy to be? Well, you might as well go get Shaq, his arch nemesis. What's Kobe's arch nemesis for real? Shaquille O'Neal. The man played out the whole basketball world in front of all his little party friends and all of this other stuff. Who knew who else was involved in this? But y'all didn't think I was never going to find out about this? Shout out to you, Zero, man. Peace, hey, Johnny, man. I hope you guys are just, again, this is your fault because you never wanted to stick to basketball. None of y'all go to Ticket TV and Cricket and Carcino and those guys, all those guys, Dookie and them, when they're doing all these silly talks about LeBron James, adding the Diddy this, y'all don't say none of that. It's no longer Lil Diddy, my friend. It's legitimately P. Jeffrey. That's what it is. It ain't P. Diddy, it's P. Jeffrey. Because this is the zestiest of the zestiest I've ever seen in my life. It is without a doubt. Y'all can't never mention anything about Puff Daddy and LeBron James.
Good morning.
Morning to you.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay. You
And I'm just saying, Tyson, it's not my fault, Tyson. It's not my fault, Tyson. Listen, Tyson, if we bring up the article, this is real stuff. This is real information right here, bro. This is real information, headline news. I mean, what are we supposed to do with this? We're not supposed to talk about it? We're not supposed to talk about this at all. The man legitimately, look, he's showing it to you right here, man. The man used to play role himself with him and Kobe and Mike. That's what we're supposed to be sitting here talking about all the time. Why Kobe and Mike are the greatest, because everybody loves them, including Diddy. It's in the transcripts. All those LeBron haters have been paying attention to the Puff Daddy trials, waiting for LeBron James's name to be mentioned, or waiting for someone associated close to LeBron James to be mentioned, so they can run and do a live stream. Not what we about to do here, which the GJK Sports Report is a quick live stream. We don't even put the link up. I just drop the information for you. We read the article and we move on, and we have some laughs and we go about our day. But they would have had a 4 or 5 hour stream talking about this with hundreds of people watching, hundreds of callers ready to join the live stream, just to talk about LeBron James's name being mentioned. Not that, just like y'all saying, Jordan wasn't at these parties. Kobe wasn't at we know Kobe was at the parties. Right? But the fact of the matter is that Michael Jordan's name was brought up in this court trial, Shaquille O'Neal's name and Kobe Bryant's name, and in the most unfavorable way. I mean, wouldn't you think it would be better to think that Michael Jordan was having some fun at a freak off than Michael Jordan name being called in for Puff Daddy saying he played himself as Michael Jordan, putting on Michael Jordan? I'm wondering if he even walked around with the ball wig on his head. So he had like no hair on the top of his head. I wonder if he legitimately walked around with like a Larry O'Brien trophy. Like, they did all of this, and again, it's all crazy, sadistic fetishes that Puff Daddy had. But we all know Zesty Jeffreys have those same type of fetishes, because they go online and they do the same thing. They have all these homoerotic comments, all these homoerotic memes ready to go for all LeBron fans. I'm always talked about glazing and nuts and mouth this and throat that. You guys think it. So I can imagine just me giving you this headline. You already know what we talking about. I can imagine where your imagination is running to. Your imagination went further than me talking about a Larry O'Brien trophy and Puffy wearing a ball wig. But this is factual stuff that's been going on. All the jokes, like Marcus said, all the jokes that y'all been saying about LeBron, all because he was on an Instagram live with Puff Daddy and just said ain't no party like a Diddy party. Obviously, there was nothing like a Diddy party, because we got people out here being Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. All the derogatory terms, all the nasty terms, and all of this is available for you to go read for yourself. You don't like it. It's not my fault you don't like this. Shall we read it again? In fact, let's read it again for those who just showed up and for those in the back. It says here, Jane Doe claims she and Diddy role played as Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan during freak-offs. You don't get more zestier than that, ladies and gentlemen. It came out Thursday, June 12th. This is from US Weekly Entertainment News. Yes, this is what it is. Puffy's a part of entertainment. What does it say here? Sean Diddy Combs allegedly role played as NBA superstars during his freak-offs. His ex-girlfriend, identified as Jane Doe, testified on Tuesday, June 10th, as part of the Diddy trials. Doe claimed that Diddy, at 55, would role play as Michael Jordan during some of the alleged freak-offs. And these used to be called All-Star freak-offs, to All-Star Weekend freak-offs. That's what it was specifically called. And then he would make Jane Doe playing Kobe Bryant and then go find a male escort to play Shaquille O'Neal. Ladies and gentlemen, that is what Puffy was doing. That is... cannot get more zestier than that. You really
Good
cannot.
Morning to you.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
I mean, this is the most funniest, ever. The funniest shit ever. I was dying laughing, bro. If this would have, like I said, if it wasn't for the finals last night, this would have been a 4-hour stream. We would have been discussing this right here last night. But instead, you're going to get it as a GJK Sports Report. So let's continue so y'all don't think I'm out here making stuff up. And we continue to go. And the funny part about it is that this is Puffy's defense who brought up these questions. It was Puffy's own attorneys that was trying to show how willing this young lady was to be a part of all of these lavish events, because she was willing to do all of these weird role plays alongside Puff Daddy. This is it says here earlier in her cross-examination, Doe claimed that Diddy offers of quote unquote love and affection were the only reason she endured the hotel nights. Is what she called them, the hotel nights. These were the type of things that she was doing with him. Again, it goes again. Doe, who has been testifying for the last week, added that she often used to buy matching shorts for Diddy and the escort so they can be together and they can. So, yo, bro, this is what Puff Daddy was doing during these freak-offs. No LeBron James, no Savannah James, no Rich Paul, no Clutch Sports, nobody that's associated with LeBron James, no current NBA players. It's all 90s stuff, all 90s guys. Diddy was the head. Again, I understand you guys' behavior now because, again, you guys were over-sexualized by R. Kelly and Puff Daddy listening to that music. I didn't really like Puff Daddy. I ain't gonna lie. R. Kelly was one of my, my favorite artists growing up as a kid, but I could realize now that, yeah, we were being over-sexualized. There was no way I should have been listening to R. Kelly at no 13, 14 years old. But this is the problem with Zesty Jeffrey. Y'all don't come to this realization. Y'all don't learn. This is why when I tell people I don't take L's, when I do take an L, it's a learning lesson. It ain't a loss. You guys take L's. You guys take losses because you refuse to learn. You refuse to adapt and move on. But we all know, like I said, these are real transcripts from real court documents, from real trials, federal investigative, and they are out here talking about Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and Shaquille O'Neal, not LeBron James. Those are all the facts. And with that said, I'm going to leave you guys to run with your mind however you want to run to with this information. It's available for all of you to know, but just know you guys can no longer use this Zesty, the Diddy stuff with us because we're not the Zesty ones. We're grown men. We take care of our kids. We are fathers. We're husbands. We're grandfathers. We're uncles. We don't do none of that Zesty Jeffrey stuff. So with that said, y'all have a great day. And you Zesty Jeffries, y'all need to figure something out. All right, y'all need to figure something out because this is not looking good for y'all. This is really, really getting bad for y'all. So we're going to end this on a good note, and we're going to let all the Zesty Jeffries let y'all know how they feeling after watching this.
What's your prediction?
Vicious win.
Vicious win. Thank you, Dad.
Love you.
Love you too.
Welcome to GOAT James Kingdom, where basketball lives forever. Here in GOAT James Kingdom, we attack the GOAT debate head on, where we challenge all Michael Jordan fans and all LeBron detractors to who is the GOAT of basketball. You can catch us every Sunday noon Eastern Time, right here on the GOAT James Kingdom channel, for the GOAT James Kingdom show with B. Lee and A. Johnny. Also, we go live Friday nights with the Friday Night Exposure with the Exposer, where you catch special shows and content as a GOAT James Kingdom follower and subscriber. Also, check out the GOAT James Kingdom membership, where you can get exclusive content.
Good morning.
Morning to you.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.